So as you guys can see, the tank is doing absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be happier with its success. These two spots here that I had to cut out because I took out that little wire mesh that originally came with my matted baby chairs are growing in quite well. You can see that there's lots of dwarf baby chairs branching off, in and out of the substrate in those little sections. So that's really nice. You may notice that also. A fair amount of my baby chair carpet rather looks a little brown or a little yellow, and that's because since I've been so busy with this new job, I actually forgot to refill my CO2 tank for quite some time, and I didn't know about it, and my tank went without CO2 for I think about 2.5 weeks. And this should just show you guys that just 2.5 weeks without CO2, this is what can happen to dwarf baby chairs. It's incredible, right? So I really was disappointed by that, but they're coming back really nicely. They're growing back nice and healthy and green. But like I said, let this just be an example of how important CO2 is in the Planet Aquarium. Now, my little forest of Rotala is incredible. I have always wanted to grow Rotala like this, and now that I have, I am just so impressed by it. It's so thick, it's so tall. I mean, once the back plants reach all the way to the top of the aquarium, this thing is gonna look insane. This is pretty much my dream aquarium. I've always wanted to grow plants like this, and it's just, I mean, this is everything that I've always wanted, and it's just incredible. I couldn't be happier with my planted tank, and the plants grow so quickly. I actually just trimmed them about a week ago, and they're already starting to grow back. So, with proper lighting, CO2, nice, clear, healthy water, you guys can grow plants just like this. And with all the informational videos that I make, I hope that I've, stressed enough to you guys that CO2 is very important in a planted tank, and that you guys invest in a CO2 system or a DIY CO2 system at least, because the benefits are endless. Now, as you may have noticed, I have actually added more fish as well. I've added one of the most requested fish in my tank that I think look absolutely amazing. I can't stop staring at them. Neon tetras. Look at those guys. Aren't they incredible? That blue fluorescent stripe just glows underneath my lights, and when they school together, they look absolutely fantastic. I wanted to address a question that many people have been asking me. They've been saying, well, how come some of your neon tetras don't school together? Well, the simple answer to that is in the wild, neon tetras will school together when they feel threatened. It's almost trying to make them look like one big fish, like, to make them look more deadly to a predator, I guess you could say. So being that they're in my tank and there's not really a lot of large fish in my tank, they don't honestly feel that threatened, so they don't school together that much. But whenever I do clean the glass in the aquarium or I'm trimming my plants, they definitely school together. They get really nice and tight, and they look absolutely fantastic. So that's the answer to that question. And for those of you wondering, if your neon tetras aren't schooling together, it doesn't mean they're sick or anything. It just means that they don't feel threatened, which, I mean, it's honestly a good thing in your tank, because that means your fish are less stressed. So, but yes, that is the answer to that question. So I got neon tetras, and I also got some more mollies. I got two red and black mollies, a male and a female, so they might have some babies, which would be honestly really cool. I really like these fish. The red coloring is beautiful. I love red colored fish. For some reason, the red in fish just catches me. I just love that coloration in fish. I think it looks so vivid and so nice and bright. So I love these new fish, and they make a great addition to my aquarium. So that's pretty much it. I added neon tetras. I added about 15 of them, and then I also added two red and black mollies. So those are my new fish, and I can't be happier with how they look in my tank. And I'm sure they can't be happier being in my tank, being that it's such a well-maintained environment.